Unfortunately, some pretty concerning news if you're an Xbox fan. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, wow, maybe there is something weird happening here. It's just like I'm trying to kind of put my finger on it and hoping that things kind of work out for the best. But it's always concerning when stuff like this happens. And as a fan of the platform, console, whatever you want to say, I just really think that it's a shame that we're seeing this happen the way that it is. I would love to see Microsoft be able to kind of pull something out of their rear and make something incredible happen for a change. And instead, it's like we get kind of what's happening right now, and I'm not a fan of this. This is pretty awful in my humble opinion, and it makes you kind of scratch your head and say, what's up? And you know what, like, just as somebody who has basically looked at this and said, hey, this is interesting but infuriating at the same time. So maybe you guys will feel the same way, but I want to go ahead and get into the video because I feel like it's a perfect time to do so. So thank you guys so much for watching. Anyway, listen, it's interesting because I feel like what's happening right now is Microsoft does not necessarily care about their platform. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's really the console to them, I think, means nothing, and that's extremely unfortunate to say the least. And now it looks like a lot of companies, a lot of places are no longer even selling Xbox consoles, which is a shame. I mean, is Microsoft even making them anymore would be a huge question. So I think I did a video about this the other day. Costco confirms now that it's no longer selling Xbox consoles, where it was just you couldn't find them before. Now they confirm. Nobody really saw this coming, as retailer Costco is no longer selling Xbox consoles worldwide, so you'll have to find another retailer. It really does look like Costco is no longer selling Xbox consoles. Speculation of the matter was running rife when users noticed that Costco has stopped displaying Xbox products on its online stores. At first, people were wondering if it was a bug, but it turns out that it was indeed intentional, and now they're no longer selling Xbox consoles or Xbox online cards, any of that stuff, which is quite shocking to say the least. I mean, you have a company in Microsoft worth trillions of dollars, and you have one of the biggest companies out there not selling it. And the sad part is others could follow, which I think would be tremendously bad just across the board. And I'm going to get into what I think about this and a little bit more of the information of exactly where it's happening and who's affected by it in 1 second. But I want to take a second to say, hey, if you are enjoying this content, please like the video, share it out, subscribe, comment. All those things tremendously help the video to be seen. It helps the channel to be seen, and it helps me out tremendously. So I do daily gaming content. If you're looking for that, look no further. I try to be fun yet informative every single day, bringing you something that's entertaining. That's the most important thing, and there's always something gamer related out there. So thank you guys if you do decide to subscribe, but if not, a simple like does the trick as well. So into this back once again, obviously, someone was talking about revealing the news, just called Costco about Xbox stock and was told they would no longer be carrying Xbox consoles, saying, quote, "We don't have any plans going forward to carry an Xbox console," saying it was a business decision. With Costco being one of the biggest retailers worldwide, usually ranking third behind Amazon and Walmart, this could be a huge blow to the availability of Microsoft's consoles. The reason why this is happening is still largely unknown at present. We can only speculate that what caused the change at Costco. Obviously, I'm interested in what you all think makes this situation happen. Disappointed that Costco won't be stocking Xbox consoles going forward. Let me know down below. Clearly, if you were popping in to find an Xbox console there, I don't know, it's just interesting. Adds further fuel to the fire of this being intentional is that both PlayStation and Nintendo products are still available at Costco, and if Costco were clearing out all gaming products, you'd expect those to have been removed from the websites. However, you can still purchase a PS5 or a Switch 2 and grab a handful of games for those. As you can imagine, a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of users believe the sudden removal could be related to Microsoft's plans to increase the price of Xbox consoles. Costco may have been struggling to shift Xbox consoles in the first place, and with the price increase announced, the company may feel like it would be stuck with a bunch of dead stock. Over in New Zealand, it also looks like Costco is purposely trying to get rid of these consoles as quickly as possible. Someone pointed out that Costco was selling Xbox consoles at a dramatically reduced price. The Series X was available for $439.99, reduced from $879.99. Jeez. I feel sorry for people in New Zealand. So a 50% savings. Many users have stated that their local stores have now fully sold out of the reduced priced consoles. For now, it seems very interesting. Costco has officially, confirmed it. Also, Sam's Club is not planning to stock Xbox consoles or game for the foreseeable future. This was confirmed by a customer service representative on its website. So it leaves Xbox in a rather strange position. Could this spark other retailers to stop stocking the consoles and its games altogether? It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. It's a conversation to be had for sure. This could be the start of a steep decline for Xbox if retailers decide to rebel against the recent price increase. So yeah, that is very, very interesting to say the least. And I'm not shocked, to be completely honest. I'm not surprised by it. It's really a bad situation. Several reports online about other retailers and stuff kind of doing that, and I'm going to link this. There's multiple articles on this. So yeah, it's crazy. So the report following recent reports that retailer websites removing Xbox products, Game Industry Biz has done a little more digging, more specifically in-person digging at Costco UK. The site visited a store in the UK and found no Xbox products available, with PlayStation and Nintendo items present in the store. The outlet then called another store to ask about buying an Xbox Series X, to which the store responded, "We don't actually have Xbox anymore." Using Wayback Machine, we found that in June 11, 2025, Costco UK website listed the Xbox Series X for sale under its console sections. However, on August 6th, it was no longer listed. So it's looking like, for at least now, the retail giant is pulling back its stock in the US and the UK and going offline, and limited inline evidence. The report does mention the UK retailer Currys is still stocking these products, but what about other regions of the world? While we're not seeing as much clear evidence of a complete removal of Xbox products elsewhere, the last couple of days has brought in some interesting reports about the Series X and S stock in New Zealand. Costco once again has been spotted selling Series X consoles, like I said, for like 50% off. It does make the Xbox Series X and S situation look bleak. So yeah, I mean, we've heard that they were pulling out of different places many times before. A lot of people are wondering what this means. Are they, so it would be super unusual to stop making a console and stop selling it over a year before the next console releases, because some people are kind of guessing that possibly we'll see a situation where Microsoft is going to release their new console next year. And a lot of people are actually kind of doing an interesting thing here. They're saying that Microsoft is going to basically release a console next year, 2026, because that's the 25-year anniversary of Xbox, and we know that Halo, Gears, Forza, and Fable are supposedly all going to release next year as well. And I can understand that thought process, but every other time that Microsoft has released a console like that, they've announced it well in advance. I mean, if you look back into the Xbox One era, they announced the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X at the same time. That was going to be a year later. So, I mean, it is kind of running out of time for them to announce something if they were going to do so. But at the same point in time, companies that, like, especially Microsoft, as far as I know, when they announce a new console, they haven't already stopped producing the other one. And it's like, if they're pissing off these places that sell their platform, where does that leave their next console in the first place, right? Like, are they going to be able to even sell it? Like, how are they going to sell these things, I think that's going to be a major problem. I think that this could start a little bit of a trend. I'm not sure where it'll lead, but I don't think it leads anywhere good, to be honest with you. And I think that it's not something that that people should avoid talking about, because I feel like this is a tremendously bad situation that we kind of find ourselves in. So again, I'm hoping that this is going to be one of those things that that kind of doesn't predict the future, because I think that would be bad for everybody. Like, you know, Xbox being even more niche, and then you have developers not wanting to take time to develop for it properly. A lot of bad things can happen. But anyway, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Rack them up. Crab Gamer out.